Holiday edition athlete builder Jim and Lucas. We're right between Thanksgiving and Christmas. We're going to go over some different things, have a little fun today, talk about different traditions, have a little discussion on things. In a few weeks down the road, we're going to do another one-on-one episode talking about 2025. There's different things we talk about on how to set up your processes so you can hit your targets and your goals. And you always hear the new year, new you, and those New Year's resolution folks that come in for 2 weeks and then blow up the weight room and then leave. So we're going to talk about things that we do and things that are excellent for making the next year great for yourself. But today it's we're in the middle of holidays and it's the end of the year. So lots to be thankful for. And we're going to just talk about some different things and kind of just get at it. So, hey, Lucas, welcome back. It's just you and I again. And we haven't done this in a while, so I've been looking forward to today.
Absolutely. I'm ready for this. Let's go.
All right. So right off, Thanksgiving. What's your favorite food?
My favorite Thanksgiving food is my mom's green bean casserole. Hands down, by far, nothing comes close. My mom makes it the best way. I haven't had a green bean casserole that is even relatively close.
Beans, mushroom soup,
yeah,
onions on top,
mm-hmm.
A little bit of bacon maybe.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
And
I like turkey. Plenty. You got plenty of that?
I've had plenty of it. Nothing comes close to my mom's.
All right. I'll be willing to try it. For me, I like turkey. I'm one of the few people in my family, most of my family here, they don't like it. They won't even eat it. I make the turkey on the grill. I put a stick of butter in the bird, turn the bird upside down, grill it up there for a few hours. Stuffing, my favorite. I can have that and the potatoes and pie, those 4 things. I don't need anything else. I like everything else, but those 4 things, I'm good to go.
I'm honestly, I'm not a big turkey. I like it, but I'm not excited to have turkey on Thanksgiving. I'm just not like. It's just a part of it, and I enjoy it, so I eat it, but it's not my all-time favorite, and I don't really get excited about it.
Seems to be more and more common. A lot of people like ham or something else. What's something you don't like?
Oh, man. I'm not a big fan of cranberry anything.
Yes.
I just don't like,
Yes.
I don't like cranberry on anything. I just, yeah.
The day before, is that a go-out night for you guys or no?
I was talking to my buddy the other night, and he was like, tell me Wednesday night's a big go out night. And I never knew that was a thing. I didn't know everybody goes out on Wednesday night. I've never gone out Wednesday night ever. So no.
Behind New Year's Eve, it's number 2.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
People come in from college or back home. They'll see their friends. They go out, right?
Yeah.
The family's in from out of town. Next day, big cooking session. Night before, they're doing some things. Hey, let's go out for a quick few beers, right? Big night to go out. Big night. In my 20s, absolutely. Start having kids, not so much. It's weird this year. This is the first year all my kids, they're all gone. So this Thanksgiving when they come back, it's like, well, shoot, I haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah.
Got a lot to talk about. That missing factor goes up quite a bit. How about like Thanksgiving Day? Go work out, go do a hike, turkey bowl, or nothing at all?
Nothing. Over the past 4 Thanksgivings, I've been with Caitlin's family, and we just hang out and football, and that's it. Nothing crazy. We just eat, watch football, and hang out.
I like Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. That's always kind of fun. I watch that while I'm cooking the turkey. Yeah. Plus, of course, they have the Rockettes at the end, but the floats, Santa coming down the street, that's pretty cool. When I would go back to my whole family's from Cleveland, so when I would go back and visit, there'd be a lot of turkey bowls that morning. Since we don't travel that much for that anymore because we have so many kids and we share them with my ex-wife, so we always kind of stay pretty local. Probably do a workout, but a lot of times it's a hike in the morning early. Come back and start cooking the food and make the whole day of it. And from there, shoot, it's the typical eat a bunch of food, watch football, take a nap.
Yeah.
Right.
What's a turkey bowl? I don't know. What is that?
Turkey bowl is just playing football on Thanksgiving Day.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you would think they're throwing turkeys and stuff, but you get a bunch of friends together or you and your family or both, and you divide up the teams and decide the rules is that tackle or touch, and
Okay.
you play football for a while. A lot of times there's Bloody Marys involved when you're on the sidelines, or a couple beers here and there, and you just kind of set the tone for the day. More reasons to be thankful.
Okay.
Now,
All
the
right.
day after Thanksgiving, that's a great day to be in the gym. You're absolutely well fed the night
Yeah.
before, right? Tons of
Uh,
calories. I think the average meal for anyone just sitting down is 3,500 calories for Thanksgiving
yeah.
Day meal.
Yeah.
So
Something
you're
like that.
you're well fed. You probably took a nap. You slept in.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to lift and try to PR something, Friday's a good day.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You're good to
Uh,
go.
I can't say I never work out on the days of holidays. I maybe back when I was in college or whatever, maybe just because I was just super excited to go work. Like I was always ready to go work out, but not anymore. The holiday comes around, I'm doing holiday things.
I like it.
So
I like it.
uh, I can't say I've ever worked out the day after Thanksgiving either. Honestly,
It's a good one
none
for
that I can
lifting.
remember. I'll have to remember that because I got heavy snatch and heavy clean jerk on Friday.
Dang.
Yeah.
You should check and see if the gym's even open. I know we're doing open gym, so that's what we did
Okay. Friday is it open gym this
this Friday. Yeah.
Friday after? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Come on by and get a lift in.
Yeah.
There was a '07 was a rough year. I made a lot of mistakes, and uh, marriage fell apart, and so that was a whole big change. And
Hmm.
that Thanksgiving, I didn't have my kids, so I went back to Cleveland, saw my family, and my sister's like, "Hey, we're going out Wednesday night." I'm like, "Okay." I really hadn't been doing that, so I'm out with my sister and her husband, Tom. So my sister Melanie, so Tom and Melanie, they take me out, and we're at PJ McIntyre's in this near downtown, but not exactly on the west side of Cleveland. And we're just out there. It's a bar basically for cops and firefighters. And my father or my brother-in-law, he's a cop, inner city Cleveland cop, and been in there his whole life. So we're out there, PJ McIntyre's, and it's shots and shots and drinks and beers and all sorts of bad choices. And we get a cab ride home, and I'm sleeping at my sister's house that night, and she had it in her head we're doing the turkey trot. So here in Indianapolis, there's the drumstick dash, but
Yeah.
in
They
Cleveland, it's
like
the
that.
turkey trot. And here it's a 5K. In Cleveland, it's a 5 miler. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm sure we're gonna be out late if we even make it. What that'd be cool and all, but if we don't make it, I don't anticipate us making it. Went to bed so late with too many pops, and she wakes me up and hey, sure enough, hey, we're gonna head downtown. We're gonna get out of the car. We're gonna go do this run real quick. I go, is that right? She goes, oh yeah, let's go. And I'm coming off this period in my life not overly physically healthy, like different than I am now, not
Yeah.
real active. And she's like, hey, we're doing this run. And there's people there that we saw the night before, all just screaming headaches. And just like you saw on Thursday night against the Steelers, snow starts coming down. It's slushy on the ground. I'm wearing just tennis shoes. Snow's coming down. I'm like, all right. So Melanie and I, we just slogged along, running like 11, 12-minute miles, 12:30s, just struggling. Just you could smell the booze coming out.
Yeah.
And I finished it. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should make some changes and be a little healthier.
Yeah.
And then
Is that
next
when it
year,
flipped?
did another one. The next year, much better. And Jack did it with us. And man, I forget how old he was, maybe 7, 8. And it was just a bit of the start of the transformation of making some different life choices and and training.
The hungover turkey trot. All right.
Pain,
I've
pain.
never heard that story before. I like it.
Any big things you're thankful for in 2024, Luke?
2024 has been an awesome year. It's been great. I'm thankful for my fiance. I got engaged,
Yep.
this year, so I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful for obviously being able to help build this podcast. I'm thankful for Northside and Parkview. I'm just thankful for really everything. I can't really complain, or I just there's so many things that I'm grateful for. You know, it's just it's been a great year. 2024 has been solid across the board. So yeah, it's Nothing in particular, but really just being able to reflect and look back on everything. And man, there's just a lot to be thankful for.
Qualified for the Arnold.
Qualified for the Arnold, yeah.
That's pretty good.
Thankful for that. But that's
When was your bodybuilding show?
that was summer of 2023.
Okay, so last year.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
not last summer. It was this. Yeah, it would have been not this past summer, the summer before. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That's an outstanding
So
year, right?
it's a great year. Yeah.
Taking your kids in your class from what, a couple dozen first day to
Hmm.
300 to 500 a day coming through your gym right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Few
I
years.
am. I tell you what, I got. We've talked a lot about it, but we've done a lot of things over there, and things are getting better.
Yeah.
We got coaches more involved. Everybody's just. And we were just talking about. I was just talking to our head coach, Coach Johnson, today, and we're just, man, watching our football team from where we were at 4 years ago, and watch them in the off season. You know, we were happy to have 15 guys show up
Mm-hmm.
in the off season, first and somewhat in the second year, and now we've got 35 kids. That's non-basketball players. So those are guys that are not playing a sport, that are truly committed, and they're there every single day, and they're working hard, and they love being in there, and it's just what you expect from a team that wants to be good.
If you listen to Tony Robbins, the one thing he'll point out that keeps people happy on almost anything is the word progress.
Yeah.
And so when you start any new endeavor, there's a little apprehension and there's hopefully some hope.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gets you going.
A little bit like
And
that J curve.
it's that, right. It's that progress. Hey, this worked a little bit. I'm better. And that's what makes the habit sustainable, James
Mm-hmm.
Clear, right? So the
Yep.
sustainability is seeing some progress. And when your kids see progress in the gym or you see progress on your list, it keeps everything going and it helps you just keep moving forward.
Absolutely.
And this is another, people always ask me, how's it going? I say the same, ups and downs, right? Sometimes bigger ups, sometimes bigger downs, but there's always ups and downs. But I think God and Jesus have been good to me this year. A lot to be unbelievably thankful for personally and professionally. All our kids seem to be elevating and improving in their chosen endeavors at school or sports or in their job. And they're hit with challenges that they seem to meet. They're not hit with something like, oh man, I got to have this challenge and they got beat by it. A death, alcoholism, job loss, major loss like that. No, they get hit with challenges, things that set them back, and they seem to be handling it. So no complaints there. I like the impact we're making. The podcast is meeting more people. Is it great? Maybe for some, maybe not great for others, but it does what we're trying to do, is bring them on more people to get people better. Published this book,
Yeah.
came out, won some awards. This one, that's my actual one that came out just now. And this is actually launch week when we're recording this. So blessed there. I don't know, just incremental stresses and they keep getting met. And I get a continuing education course every Monday night with the people we have on. We hosted our first summit, met a bunch of people at the part of the New York City Seal Swim, which raised $700,000. Our gym raised almost $50,000 for breast cancer. So
That's the highest so far, isn't it?
highest ever,
Yeah.
highest ever, right? There are things I definitely want to improve and be better for me and my loved ones and friends, for sure. But I'll take it. I'll
Oh
take the
yeah.
same thing next year, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of it's funny because seeing the process of getting this book and getting everything published and everything, it's been it's been one heck of a year. It has
Yeah.
been nonstop, and I know it's definitely not been an easy year for sure.
No,
Uh, for what you're
no.
trying to do over there.
I say in a lot of ways, level's been as high as it's ever been,
Yeah.
but also with bigger rewards. So, I find most people, at least like me, if they're like me at all, and like you, they want better problems to solve. Like whoever unloads the dishwasher is a pretty simple problem.
Hmm.
If that's what we're focused on, that level of challenge, well, we're not really making an impact. Coaches, athletes, people, they want bigger problems to solve, and bigger challenges and bigger wins. So cool,
Yeah.
right? Coming up on Christmas, let's just get right into the question I want to get into.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Top one, two, three Christmas comedies for you.
Oh. Well, Home Alone.
Okay.
Home Alone was my favorite. You know, Christmas movie growing up. Comedy. I watch Elf. I don't think it's pretty good. Um,
That's my dog.
that is your dog. Elf is a good one. So Home Alone, Elf. Third one. That one's a tough one. I can't think of any. Three. I can't.
For me, Bad Santa, 100%.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty
Yeah.
raunchy, pretty nasty.
Yeah.
I can't remember. There's like Bad Christmas Moms or something like that, or Christmas Moms. It was hysterical. Uh, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Boom. If I don't say that, and if Stephanie Dockery hears this episode and she doesn't hear me say Christmas
Yeah.
Vacation, we won't be friends, any longer. If it's like a sappy movie, I'm gonna go like White Christmas and It's a Wonderful Life. I'm a lot older than you, so I like those older ones. But how about you? Like, is your favorite is Home Alone just the favorite, or do you have other ones outside of comedy?
So I'm not a big. I particularly for some reason don't like Christmas movies. They're not my. They're just not my thing. Uh, I do like. I watch me personally. Caitlin hates it. I watch the Polar Express every single year.
No
Like,
kidding.
yeah, I will watch it by myself. I make sure I watch it. We always watch the Grinch. I do like the Grinch, honestly. Jim Carrey. I
Okay.
do really like that one. That was one I grew up. Um, I like watching the Christmas episodes of like Family Guy, American Dad, stuff like that. I like watching the Christmas stuff of that, the South Parks, all that stuff. But one movie series that me and Caitlin watch every year around this time, around Christmas time, is the Harry Potter series.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's an investment.
it is, but we do it every single year. We just watch it's kind of like our thing. Uh, we were
That's
just
always
talking
fun.
about it recently, so um, yeah, I've never been Christmas. Yeah, it's I don't watch a lot of the what's the Christmas story where the kid puts his
Oh yeah.
tongue on the
Yep.
yeah. I
Filmed in Cleveland.
was it really?
Yes, sir.
I just I just don't get into the Christmas movies that much for some reason.
Well, how about this? Every other year I have my kids on Christmas Eve, and the opposite years we have them Christmas Day. And on Christmas Eve, what we do is go downtown, go to mass, go to the cathedral, come home, start making some food, and I throw in a Christmas movie. And I try to throw in ones they haven't seen.
Okay.
And a lot of times they'll be sitting there, and this is years ago, and they're like, they're watching the opening, and they don't know what it's about at all. I'm like, Dad, it's just dumb. It's just one of your movies. Dad, it's just stupid. And I'm like, just give it a second, bro. And lo and behold, I put in Die Hard.
Yeah.
And they're like, Dad, this is the best Christmas movie I've ever seen. And I'm like, well, I got another one for you next year. It's like, there's no way there's another cool one like Die Hard. Oh, yeah? So I put in Lethal Weapon,
Lethal Weapon, that's my dad. Die
which
Hard and
happens during
Lethal Weapon.
Christmas. And they're all like, oh my God, these movies are great,
Yeah.
Trading Places with Eddie Murphy. And they're all like, that's Christmas. I'm like, yeah. So there's a bunch of good ones out there. So that's probably my favorite thing. I know you're not big on turkey. Is there anything in particular around the holidays you're like, oh man, Christmas around, I'm eating this for sure?
Not off the top of my head, man. It's go to Caitlin's. Her mom always makes a lot of food.
Mm.
Um, yeah, it's just whatever's whatever's there, I will eat and I will enjoy most of the time. There's no, yeah, I don't have anything in particular.
See, unfortunately for me, like people say, well, I got a sweet tooth or I like things salty. I like everything.
Yeah.
Like things I really don't like are broccoli and cauliflower, and I'll still eat those.
Uh-huh.
But I like basically everything. But around the holidays, you do get the cookies and the pies that
Uh-huh.
you normally don't see.
I'm a big
Of
fan
course,
of
your
pies.
your sugar spikes, and then you probably get a headache, which they're a pretty good treat. And then
Yeah.
I get hit with right in between those 2 days. My birthday is the 10th of December. So it's like, shit, you really got to be on your game because you can put on 10 pounds in December easy
Oh yeah.
if you're not paying attention.
I'll say this. I don't know why people like it. I refuse to drink eggnog.
It's
I'm
okay.
not.
It's not
It's
great,
not awesome at all. Not even a little bit.
right?
And I don't like the name of it. I think for a long time that was the main thing. I think that was the main problem was I just didn't like the name of eggnog. It just sounds disgusting. And then
Right.
I had it and I was like, nope, not my thing.
So you and Caitlin get married, and you always have some certain things that you did when you were a kid. You
Yeah,
might do some things over at Caitlin's parents' house, but at some point you're going to have like your own traditions, own families like that. Even if it's just you and the dogs.
yeah.
Anything in particular, like hey, this is something that's new, or I did this as a kid. I love this piece, or now I do this. Anything along those lines that you're like, hey, this is pretty fun too, activity or some tradition.
Uh, Me and Caitlin, when we were living together, we had our tree and we put the tree up and decorate our tree together and stuff. And now we do that at our parents. Yeah, I enjoy that. Other than that, I don't know if there's a whole lot of other stuff that, for me personally, I feel like getting Christmas lights and stuff like that when we get our own place and we get our house and everything's all said and done. Christmas lights, I think, will be a thing. That kind of stuff. I always enjoyed that. As a kid, stockings. We all like. I always liked having stockings and stuff. Growing up, we'd all watch movies every night. Around the Christmas time and on Christmas and stuff. Getting up in the morning.
That's
Uh,
fun.
the early mornings during Christmas were awesome. I love that.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite things about it too. Isn't necessarily the gifts, but it's that kind of that time with your family.
Yep.
Uh, I as an adult now, I understand, like I wouldn't want to be up at 6 in the morning.
Right.
Because kids are just trying to. But I'm not at that point in my life, but I can see why it would be enjoyable and whatnot, and that's kind of exciting to kind of look forward to.
Yep. Jen has this thing with the stockings where they are filled and overflowing to the point, and the things that are in there are silly things. They aren't like big things, Like,
Yeah,
but the stockings are like overflowing, packed with
that's awesome.
stuff.
I
They
love that.
might just be pencils and erasers and stickers and Mad Libs and a 365-day calendar and a snow globe, just silly stuff. And people are like, oh man, stockings are sweet. Stockings are sweet. And then it's weird now that you see your kids kind of move on because Kate and Andrew are married. And I hope they listen to this one. They have like a 30-foot tree in their house that they had to wedge through the door, and they had like a forklift to get themselves to stand that thing up and then decorate that thing. And with them only not having any kids, they have these two dogs. I think the dogs get about 30 or 40 gifts each, something silly,
Oh yeah,
maybe 100
my
per
dogs
dog.
get lots of gifts.
Oh yeah, like they wrap every individual little dog biscuit. I think it's insane.
My dogs will actually unwrap their gifts.
Yeah,
It's incredible. They
yeah.
they know.
They have their dogs trained. I think they do cook some of the meals. I know they get the paper. It's crazy over there.
See, my Christmas stockings growing up were always full of like candy and food stuff like that. Uh, it was always like edible stuff,
All right.
which I always liked. It was always there.
One year, my stepdad was playing a joke on me. He actually got some coal, legit coal, and put it in the stocking. And we always had a fire going, so we put that piece of coal in the fireplace, right?
Yeah,
And you actually need to have that fire cooking pretty hot to burn that coal.
yeah.
So it went a good long while. Looking
Uh,
back between like age 0 and now, can you look back to a time when hey, I got this one gift, it was pretty sweet. Any
oh
of those
yeah,
things stick out in your head?
oh yeah. The best one that I've ever gotten was I was my seventh or eighth grade year, somewhere in that age range. My dad bought me a weight room set.
Whoa.
Like bought a like a like a garage bench press, old fashioned one where he has have like the leg press on the end of it.
Yep.
Uh, it was the screw like the bumper plates, the metal plates were had like the real tiny hole and the screw on.
Oh, takes
Uh,
forever.
yeah, so he bought me one of those, some weights, some dumbbells, and we put that out in the garage. And I was out there all the time in the cold, just out
Moving
there
weight.
get yeah, just out there. I was bench pressing, leg pressing,
Right.
curls, bench press some more,
Right.
rows,
I got
doing.
something like that. I was like 10, maybe 8. It's one of those plastic ones where they fill you have to fill it with sand.
Oh,
So
oof.
that's how old it was and how light it was, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
know
can't do
exactly.
much with that,
I
you
know
know.
exactly what you're talking about.
But I'm like, you have to fill this with sand, and I'm like, well, all right, cool.
Yeah, so that was my favorite one, just because it's you looking back on it, it's just kind of that one stuck with me
Yeah,
for that one's the one that I don't know. I wouldn't say it put me on the path that I am now, but it certainly got me working out in my garage gym and in the winter in seventh grade.
I remember getting a train set when I was real young. It was pretty sweet. The engine itself kind of smoked a little bit, which is pretty cool. But also when I was young, I got this. I think it's called a pitchback. It's like a metal frame with a net,
Mm.
and you throw the ball at the net, and it's
Okay.
really tight, and it bounces the ball right back to you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So I was like, all right, well, it's 12:25. It's December 25th. It's cold out, Cleveland, but today it's not really that snowy. I bet I can go outside. Now it's just wet and slushy, and the ground's still
Yeah.
hard. I'm trying to brace that thing into the ground, drive the stake through it. Not happening, bending and all the shit. And I'm like, whatever. I'm out here. Fuck that. I'm playing catch myself. I got this
Hmm.
for Christmas, and I'm gonna sit here and play catch, and this is awesome. I remember that was pretty sweet.
So I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Um, when it comes to the Christmas tree, do you guys put up a Christmas tree? I'm
Yeah.
assuming you do.
Yep.
Do you like the multicolored lights? Do you like the plain white lights or the tan warm lights?
Mm.
And how do you like to decorate your Christmas tree?
Mm. See, I like I like the fake tree with the lights that are already pre-lit because it's
Hmm.
convenient, right?
Yeah, very convenient.
But I like the smell of the real tree. And if I had all the time in the world and the money and more time, I put up one of each. You know, so you get the
Uh-huh.
smells going on. In fact, I put the trees usually down here in my library in the basement, and so it's right over there. But what we do typically is fake tree and white lights, and a lot of times it's pre lit. But the color lights not as much. But if I could do, I'll probably do white lights for all of it. One fake, one real. Uh, my mom always sends like an ornament to each kid every year. And since I got remarried, now we got 6 kids, so there's 6 more ornaments every year. We've been together like 10 years, so there's another 60.
Oh
Right,
wow.
so there's ornaments we don't even get to. We don't pull out. One, so the kids have their own boxes, so when they move out, they can have like, hey, I'm taking all these ornaments with me.
Yeah.
Um, I have a little tree right here, right next to me. It's just with like national park stuff.
Okay.
My wife has a little small tree in her office with national park stuff that things that whenever we go to a national park or a big hike, a big place, we usually get like some type of ornament,
Yeah.
souvenir because we're dorks and waste our money. So I like those kinds of things. Uh, but anything that's more old fashioned or country is probably going to be closer to my heart than anything that's like newer.
Okay.
Uh, yeah,
See,
I came back from the time when we used to put garland and tinsel, that you
yeah.
drape on, cause a
Yeah.
huge mess. The problem is now that our dumb golden retriever Dagny, anything near the bottom she tries to eat. So we don't want her crapping out ornaments and lights. We gotta be careful at the bottom.
I we did. I like. I've always been more of the white warm kind of lights, and I've always liked the like a classic fancy look.
Okay.
But lately, I've been really enjoying the multicolored trees for some reason, and what ornaments that can go that you can mix and match. I don't know. It just kind of gives me like a young kid feeling for some reason. I think that's because that's what we used to have when I was real young, and then we ended up getting a growing up like in high school and middle school and stuff, we got a fake tree with the pre-lit white lights, and then that's kind of so I'm kind of torn between both.
Sure.
Not for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of all white Christmas trees though. I think that's dumb.
Yeah, I don't do it either. Mm-mm.
And,
They don't seem real.
yeah, it's this year I said I'm gonna get a. I saw a meme. I'm gonna get one of those Christmas tree cakes and just put it in the corner.
Perfect. I sent my stepdad a Christmas card one year, and the owner of the house is bringing a real tree into the house to decorate.
Okay.
And the two dogs are talking to each other. And one dog is like, "Why is he bringing the toilet inside?" Talking about the tree, peeing all over the tree. And I was like, "Yep, this is a good card. Merry Christmas. Nothing says Christmas like that." I'm sending that to my parents.
I love that.
Yeah, I do have a bunch of nutcrackers, so I got about 30 probably.
Like
And every year,
the
every
little
year I seem to get one. So all different themes. So that usually happens. I do like nutcrackers. No idea why, but I like those.
I personally do not think I own any Christmas tree, any Christmas stuff.
Oh,
Like not one Christmas ornament decoration. Like me personally, I know Caitlin has stuff here, but I personally have never. I just never have gone and bought Christmas decorations, ornaments, or anything at all.
well, maybe you
So
go out and grab one and you say, "Hey, this is the ornament for your first year together. Engaged and married. Hang this ornament on the tree. Hey, Caitlin, I got this ornament for us.
that's
I
a
like to
good
hang it on the
idea.
tree. Just something to say, I love you."
I might, I don't know if she'll hear this, but hopefully she does.
Right
That's a great idea.
there, you go.
I like that idea.
Any recent gift that you're like, "Oh man, I love this," or anything you're like, "Man, if I can get one thing this year, this would be pretty cool."
Oh man, last year I got some Romello fours.
Ooh, ooh, solid.
Great gift.
Right.
Uh, I desperately need a new phone.
Mm,
Um, I think that's a for sure thing that's happening this Christmas, whether or not I'm buying it or Caitlin's buying it. But
right.
I've always really enjoyed getting. Now that I'm older, I always enjoy getting like socks and especially like compression shorts for training, stuff like that. Anything
Okay.
training wise for Christmas gift is awesome.
All
It's
right.
my favorite. It's my favorite thing. Uh, so yeah, anything like that is right up my alley.
For me
No,
lately, go ahead.
nothing in particular though.
Okay. Um, Usually for Christmas or my birthday, my kids ask me what I want, and I'm like, just get me a card. And usually they'll make one,
Yeah.
and so they usually write something that's pretty sweet inside, you know. And I know the boys are very careful with their money, so they're definitely probably be making one. But every once in a while, they'll actually buy me something, and I'm like, "Oh, that's nice," right?
Yeah.
So usually it's the card, which is kind of sappy and all, but whatever. Uh, maybe 2 years ago, maybe it was 1 year. My wife bought me this coat. It was like birthday and my Christmas. If you ever watch Rocky Four and he's running
Yeah.
outside, it's this lambskin coat.
Oh
Like
wow.
it, I'm like, bro, like,
It's nice, nice
I'll,
jacket.
if I die anytime soon, I want to be buried in that thing. That thing's awesome.
Oh really?
Yeah, but if I can get anything, usually I don't need stuff. I want to just go to another park or
Hmm.
go hiking somewhere, a different national park, or go on some fishing thing, or climb some mountain, with people I give a shit about, and it's some kind of experience. That's usually that would be ideal.
Okay. I know. Now I think about it, probably what I would really love for this coming Christmas is uh I literally just need as much deposited money for our wedding. you know. So
Right?
that like I just need uh a wedding gift in the form of
Cash.
cash. you know, so I can start putting that towards that. Anything helps.
When
So
have you guys set a date yet?
now we looked at a couple different venues around Indianapolis, Greencastle area, Brown County area. We've looked a lot of places, and there's no. She wants. There is a date October 25th, but we can't find a venue that is actually open on that day, which is a Saturday of next year. So we
That's during
cannot,
football season.
yeah, we cannot find anything open on October 25th. So
All right.
we're considering our options and what we're going to do.
I know Fridays, Thursdays, Sundays.
Yeah.
Those other options get a lot cheaper. Like Kate just got married this year.
Mm-hmm.
She got married Friday night.
Oh, really?
Cool little venue and way cheaper. These people's weekends wide open,
Okay.
and that seems to be real popular.
We've also considering kind of like makeshifting our own wedding
Nice.
and like on our own property.
Mm-hmm.
So we've kind of considered that. We've considered like doing the courthouse thing and just having a big party.
Yep.
Considered that. So we're still trying to figure out what we're gonna do and how much can we actually spend when it comes around to the time. So
It's just you two. Like my second time around, Jen and I got married in front of our fireplace in our house.
remember, yeah, okay, I
Good to go.
remember. I think you told me about that.
Yep.
All right.
I'm going to ask you. You get to pick one person. Has to be alive. This is the gift to Lucas and Jim as a guest on the podcast. So I made like a list of 6 people I wanted on. I'm going to whittle it down to one person. So you get one person. They have to be alive, though.
Inside, I really kind of just want to say Joe Rogan.
Okay.
Um,
I had him number 4.
yeah, Joe Rogan. Donald Trump.
All right.
Uh, hmm. Yeah, I think those two for some reason. Kill Tony, Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh, boy. Should have put him on. His dude's hysterical.
Do you know about Tony Hinchcliffe?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Tony Hinchcliffe, Shane Gillis.
Oh, boy.
Honestly, I think having any comedian on here, I strength coaches is cool, but definitely like guys like Shane Gillis, Tony Hinchcliffe, Joe Rogan,
That'd be
Donald
great.
Trump,
Yep. So we're
Theo
putting it out there.
Vaughn.
Yep. Just putting it out there now. So I'm sure all those guys are listening.
Yeah,
They have an opening next year. We'll see if we can pencil them in.
yeah.
Not no promises if they ask, but we'll see if we can.
Oh yeah.
Number 6, I had Goggins. 5, Tim Grover. 4, Joe Rogan. 3, James Clear. 2, Jocko, and 1, Michael Jordan. That was my list. So if I pick one, it'd be Jordan.
Michael Jordan's your number one?
Yeah, just it seems to be the embodiment of being relentless and an endeavor.
Yeah.
You know, everything he's done really well, but he'll talk about the costs. And I thought I just want to be around someone like that and absorbed by osmosis, but just learning.
I'm just wondering. I'm just curious because I know, because I know a lot of our guys. Last year, for some reason, they were on a Goggins kick,
Yeah,
and everything was who's going to carry the boats.
right.
I'm not kidding. So, like, at what point is what he does just not helpful, if that makes sense?
Sure.
Because I know people watch and listen to what he says. I love it. Like I like listening to David Goggins. But like I wonder how many people out there are trying to emulate what he does. And I know
Yeah.
he himself has said, "Don't do this because this is not for you."
Yeah.
Basically, So I'm just kind of curious about.
Well, I talked to some people that we've had on the show
Yeah.
that know him.
Mm-hmm.
And what I said was, hey, I don't know him from Adam. It's like me knowing somebody from TV. You don't know that person.
Mm-hmm.
I know you and Caleb, but I don't really know you guys, what life is between you guys. You guys have your own relationship, marriage, right? I don't really know. I'm not living that. I'm not living it.
Right.
So I can make some educated guesses, tell you what I think. And if you read his book and you feel what he's about, like he's been in so much pain in his life of being fucked with and beaten on mentally and physically, that all he wants to do is be able to survive that kind of pain. So he keeps putting himself through these crucibles to callous his mind so he can survive that kind of pain.
Yeah.
That's his thing. He's just self-protecting, essentially. How much can I handle? How much can I handle? Keep going harder. I want to make sure I can still handle this. Because he's kind of conditioned to assume like bad things happen.
Yeah.
That's my guess. Fuck, I don't know him. You don't know me. He might say, "You don't know me. You don't know me, son." Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll be saying that. What I would say though to people that, hey, how productive is it? Once you're at that point on mindset where you're driven, you check that box. Remember, there's 6 things: 3 for the head, 3 for the body. All right, I'm driven. Well, now what do I need to do? I want to do something while being driven. What can I create? What kind of impact can I make? Am I going to be driven in being a great school teacher, a great basketball coach, a great doctor? I'm driven. What do I have to learn so that I apply this skill, teammates, number 3 in the head, with people? I'm driven. I learned something. Now can I apply this skill really, really well with people? And then physically, can I eat well, recover, and then train so I'm a physical badass so I can live a long time so that if I'm driven and I have this skill that can impact people, and if I have really great health, it allows me to do that great thing with people for as long as I could. And essentially, I create the best version of myself. So if it seems like David keeps building the part of being driven, I'm not sure what he uses that mindset to apply to.
Yeah.
Is it to motivate other folks? Okay, you're impacting people. There's a product, there's a service there, there's a legacy, there's an impact. You're contributing to society. But if you're just going to do painful things to do painful things, well, okay, maybe quit hurting yourself and make an impact. I say, and I would argue he does. His book makes an impact. His motivational speeches make an impact. But to answer your question, yeah, if you're not utilizing it for some function, okay, well, I can punch myself in the face, and so I can know I can take a punch. What am I? How's that really apply to anything, right? What do you do with it?
I
That's
asked
why.
that. I asked that question because I've had some of our guys come up and ask me like, "Well, do you think what he does is good? Do you think?" Well,
That's tough
yes
because it's
and no.
yes and no, right? Dichotomy, right?
How do I explain that to a 15, 16-year-old kid that, it's just, well, it's great to be able to push yourself to a point where maybe you don't know if you could go, and then you go beyond that level.
Yes,
Uh, to physically get hurt because of it, probably not a good idea. Or,
right.
to be emotionally scarred eh, from it or whatever, like probably not a good idea. So
Yeah.
it's, but that's why they have coaches. So
Well, you listen to Jocko, people say, "How come you don't talk about buds? How come you don't talk about Hell Week?" And they'll say, "That's just what he said
it's just a
multiple
standard.
times. It's just a small microcosm of being in the teams, being with SEALs." So
Yeah.
you go through buds, it's at 6 months, and Hell Week is 5.5 days. But what you learn then, that pain then, is that you learn that you can handle things and you don't quit, right?
Yeah.
And you learn the basic skills. Then you go spend a year with the teams, and then you're actually a SEAL, right? So, yes, you have that reference point of not quitting, but then you go apply your skill of being an operator in the special forces so you can, protect your country. So they're going and doing things in the teams. They're going on
Yeah.
missions and doing things. It's not just be cold, wet, and sandy the whole time like you are in Hell Week. There's more to it. And what Jocko argues is that percentage, that component was not that big. So
Yeah.
it's not nearly as meaningful or impactful. So
Right.
that's I come down on that. So, but for today, you and me just want to get together, talk about Thanksgiving, things to be
Oh
thankful
yeah.
for, things we love with gifts for Christmas. And in a few weeks, we're going to kick off to 2025. We already got guests lined up for the next 8 weeks. Looking forward to it and to keep evolving. Keep asking other guests that are on for referrals, and they introduce us to other cool ass people. And we're going to keep doing it again, and we're going to run it back next year and have a great time. So, man, Lucas, just a fun show today. Just want to have a good time hanging out and catch up.
Absolutely. I just love being able to talk shop and about Thanksgiving, Christmas, I love it. This
Yes,
is
sir.
it's a good little podcast getaway in a podcast.
All right. So those that are listening, happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas. And if you haven't gotten one yet, Athlete Builder, the blueprint to build champion athletes. It's out there, Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Help me out and pick up a copy, give me feedback, and give it to someone else and make an impact. That's the whole point of the book, to make an impact. That's what we do here. So happy holidays, Lucas. Appreciate you.
Happy holidays happy holidays to you as well.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
See ya.
See ya.